Hello, I am back, guys. This is my very first video with Studio6Creations. Yay! Anyway, this is my first layout, my first process with Studio6Creations. I always start by showing most of the products that I've pulled that I think I'm going to use. And I use quite a bit of what I'm showing you. There's a few that I don't use, but I like to show you just in case I forget exactly who made it or who it was by, so that way you can slow down the video. You can, just pause it and look if you want to see, who's made it, or what what collection it came from. We went off like a mood board, and it was beautiful. And honestly, I think this might be my very first time working like from a mood board. I did do a challenge before where it was like she gave out the colors that she wanted us to try and stick to, so I guess that's kind of a mood board, but technically I'd say this is my first one, like literally, getting colors from a mood board, and they were so soft and so pretty. I just absolutely love them. I am actually at this point, I picked out, like I said, I pulled like a kit together of things that I thought I would use. I'm just trimming down, and I believe this is from Amy Tan's new collection, Rise and Shine. That's from an old Dear Lizzie collection, both those two last pieces I just showed you. I'm going to forget exactly which Dear Lizzie, but it was an older one. Probably maybe Fifth and Frolic, maybe. Anyway, let's see. So I'm just trimming, and I'm going to use my Distress ink to do the edges. That's something I do on most of my layouts. I can't seem to get away from it. I just like the way it looks. I like the way it makes, all the layers and things stand out more. And I think that's peacock feathers that I used. Let's see. And like I said, if you have any questions and for some reason you're having trouble like seeing the products that I use for any reason, leave me a comment below and I will definitely specify. But I know a good majority of it was from Maggie Holmes, the confetti line. Yeah, a lot of it was from Maggie Holmes' confetti line, a little bit of Amy Tan, her new Rise and Shine. What else did I use? I used a couple doilies and some thickers, and I did use some Heidi Swap, which I did show you at the beginning, and so you'll see when I get done with my layers. Right now I'm just trying to figure out my layers, how I want to place everything. And now I decide I want to do the pink, which is like I think it's called, I don't have it in front of me, but it's one of the color box chalk inks, and I think it's like something rose. It's a really pretty pink. And the papers I'm using, hopefully it shows well or really good on the video, I hope. They're kind of like a corally pink. I really like them because they're not pink, if that makes any sense. They're kind of more towards the coral side. And I'm really, really happy with the way this layout ended up turning out. I'm just putting all the glue on the back because I've decided to commit to my layers. And of course, you see when I start to lay it down, I didn't lay it down the way I first had it, but it's all good. It works out in the end. It's so funny because a lot of people I watch, they take a picture so they know how they had it. Well, I film with my camera, so I can't take a picture to remember exactly how I had my layers, so I just have to trust my memory. But it's all good. Like I said, I like how it turns out regardless. That is a picture of me and my friend. Pretty much been my best friend since I was 19. And I actually do put that on my page that we've been best friends, well, since I was 19. I think she was 16 or 17. She's a few years younger than me. So we've been lifelong friends, and it doesn't matter if we go 2 years or 4 years, like for some reason without seeing each other, it's like we did not miss a day. We're like, we just pick right back up and we're so close. And we've just lately just really been getting together more often, and it's just awesome. I'm so happy. Like, it's just, I can't, I'm sure you all know the feeling when you can count on one hand the friends that you really, really feel close to. You just have a bond that nobody can shake. Well, she's definitely one of them. And it's funny because most of my friends that I feel like that with, I met from my I met from one of my first jobs. I met her and I met two other girls that are still really, really close. They're like family. In fact, one of them has I have a goddaughter because of one of them. And we all met at this job, and we were all, anywhere from 16 to 20. And we're still friends, all of us. So it's really neat. That is the doilies I was talking about. One is just from Michaels, and the other, the gold one, is Studio Calico. And I love them. Oh, I'm just refilling my tape. Um, doesn't that always happen? Like when you're on camera, you run out of your adhesive. But anyway, those things are really easy to refill. I'm just lifting the edges because I really like when things look like they have movement, almost like they're lifting up and coming up off the page. I don't know how else to explain that, but I really like for them to have dimension, and I put pop dots on a lot of stuff. I always pretty much pop up my picture because I want that to be the first and foremost thing that stands out. And that birdie is from Maggie Holmes's, her ephemera pack from the confetti line. I hope it is, because I did mix my confetti with my craft market, but I'm pretty sure that bird's from Maggie Holmes. So I will fiddle, because that's what I do. I always fiddle. Oh, and I had forgot about that square doily. The square doily that I used is from, it's going to come to me, Freckled Fawn. Yeah, the square doily I ordered from Freckled Fawn. That beautiful is from Heidi Swap. I did show you all this stuff in the beginning, but I'll just let you know that is from Heidi Swap, and I love it. I love it. I have one other. I think I got another one that says like happiness, but it's in like a silver. And I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to. I love them. They're so pretty. Again, some more of the Maggie Holmes, some florals, and I'm gonna play and fiddle with the placement until I like it. And I think I'm gonna curl up my edges and give it dimension. And later on, I'll go back and put a pop dot, one or two pop dots behind the edges, just to make sure that they don't go flat when I put them in my album. And that's a leaf I'm gonna put there. And then see how I like to curl the edges and just give it some dimension, even sometimes without the pop dot. But then I think later I decide to just go ahead and add one on each edge, just to make sure, because sometimes when you put them in the page protectors, sometimes it can flatten out a little. This little flag is actually from, it's not the new ones. I think Heidi Swap came out with new flags that look like that, but that flag is from Maggie Holmes, her last line, I think, Open Book. And I love those little flags. They're so adorable. And like I said, I was excited to see that Heidi Swap just came out with some too, so I'm sure I'll be getting my hands on those soon. That was some gold washi I've been just hooked on lately. I feel like I've been putting it on all my layouts. It actually came, that gold washi actually came in a Felicity Jane kit that I got a while back. And I love it. It tears really easy, and I just love it. It's like the perfect gold. And then I just did the tiny attacher. I didn't need to because it has adhesive on the back, but sometimes I just like that look, so I just threw a couple adhesives, can't talk here, staples. And then what else? I added some enamel dots. Those enamel dots are from I used two different kinds, but the ones I just put on were from my Mind's Eye. And I also, I think, used some from Studio Calico. And that heart, I didn't end up using it. You probably saw it for a second there. That was from Heidi Swap, but I didn't end up using it. These are from Poolside, and I love them. I remember I was looking at them thinking they were cool, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure like what I would use them on, how I would use them, and I really like them. I'm really, really glad I got them because they're just different. They're very unique. I haven't seen any other products like that. I mean, of course sequins are out there, but being already in shapes and strung together like that, I haven't seen anything like that really out on the market. So I'm glad I got them. But I'll tell you what, super, super sticky. Like, it may not look like it, but it took me like a second to really get it off my fingers because it's super sticky. And now I'm just cutting up some twine. I think I used 3 different colors, like a peachy pink, turquoise, and a white. Because I really, yeah, I just like having twine in my tags. I love twine anyway. I don't know why, I just do. Just gives another like texture to the page. I think I'm gonna get a pop dot. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking for my pop dots. It's funny, I know it's like, where are those pop dots? Does anybody do that when you just start scrapping and you've just got all these things out and you have all these ideas, and then somehow like your smallest things like your enamel dots and your pop dots, they just get shuffled and tossed underneath all your other like things that you're using, your embellishments. Anyway, and my glue squirted out all over. I don't know if you guys saw that. I just went and got one of those fine line I seen everybody getting, so you can, so it's just a lot easier and more manageable. I got it today after I did this video because the glue just like went everywhere. I was really lucky it didn't get all over the page or my desk. I was really lucky. But anyway, because sometimes I like to manipulate like the twine and put a little glue so it doesn't go all over the place, but I just usually leave like the very ends of it hanging loose. And then this is a banner from the chipboard from the confetti line, and of course I decide after I have my title down that I want it underneath there, but luckily you know how chipboard is, it doesn't stick that great anyway. And I didn't do it in front of you guys like on video, but after I went ahead and picked up the beautiful and put some glossy accents underneath just to make sure that chipboard would stay and not find it at the bottom of my page in the protector, because I'm sure we've all went through that. And see, I'm making sure everything's sticking good. I decide I want a few more enamel dots. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. I wanted this to say beautiful girl. I knew that from the beginning, that I wanted it to say beautiful girl. Talking about my best friend, of course. And, but the other little letters I pulled, they were from October Afternoon. I just felt like they weren't right. I just felt like they just weren't going to stand out enough, and they were like too small or something. And I had really wanted like more peachy or pink. So when all's said and done and I say goodbye to you guys, you will see I found some. And so I do end up putting girl, and it's in like a peachy pink. And I love it. And you'll see that if you stay tuned at the end for the the still shots. But I really like how that turned out. And I actually ended up putting down just a couple more pieces of washi tape, because I felt like that one area above this tag, the tag that has the heart sticker on it where I am now, I felt like it was a little bit bare. So you'll see what I do. That's where I put girl. And so it says beautiful girl, and I wrote inside and out. And I got that from Jen. Thank you, Jen, because you made that comment to me, and I was like, when I already thought I wanted to do this title beautiful girl, then all of a sudden I just remembered what you said to me, Jen, and it was like, that's how I feel about her, inside and out. Just a beautiful, beautiful person, a beautiful girl. And so thank you, Jen. So I do that, and I add a little more journaling, just a little bit in the bottom corner, and the date. And you will see that in the still shots. For some reason, I hardly ever do my journaling on camera, but I usually have it for you in the still shots. And I was messing with that bird because I wanted it to layer over the other chipboard. So I'm trying to do pot dots because I don't want it to, again, I don't want to find it at the bottom of my page. And I was just having a heck of a time because my glue did not want to come out. So I think I finally just grabbed my glue runner, my dot runner. Here I go. And yeah, and I put more on it just to make sure it's going to stay. And it does. It's staying perfect. So I'm going to add a little bow down by the birdie. Oh, here it is. I wasn't sure if I had that on camera. Cool. Sorry about that. I thought maybe I hadn't done that when the camera was rolling. That is from Gorgeous Nitra. Hi, Nitra. And yes, I love it, and I'm still using the bows. I had thought I used everything she made me, but I guess I still have a few bows left. Here's some close-ups, and stay tuned. You will see like my journaling. You'll see what I added and the rest of the title. See how it says girl and it says inside and out. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be part of this group. The girls are amazing. Please make sure you check out their videos. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you. Have a great day.